Welcome everyone to a new edition of What's in the Box on Captain Voorhees' Cabinet of Curiosities. I'm your host Jason, as always, and yeah, for those that you don't know, What's in the Box is basically my pickups video. So it's anything I get from local stores here around my area, online at Amazon, eBay, other secondary stores or whatever, like Fright Rags, that I harp on so much. Or gifts from family, friends, all that stuff, and I pass it on to you people out there on the internet. So anything catches your eye, or if I turn you on to something new, all the better. And yeah, so today we're going to start off with a concert tee that I got. If you saw my post a few days ago, my community post, I went to the Coheed and Cambria concert here in Atlanta. They played at the Tabernacle. Great venue. And of course I had to get my concert tee. So this was the Never Ender No World for Tomorrow tour. And I'll show the back, the dates and all that. So with this was supposed to happen pretty much right when COVID hit. It was the anniversary of their album No World for Tomorrow, and that's my second favorite album of theirs. Vax's one, Unheavenly Creatures, is still my first one. And so yeah, fast forward, a few years after that, they brought the tour back, but this time they named it No World for the Waking Mind. So they played the entirety of No World for Tomorrow, and then several tracks from the new album, Vax's 2. And we even got a bonus finale song that apparently the other cities to date didn't get, and that was they ended with "In Keeping Secrets." So that was really awesome, and yeah, the crowd was great, and Coheed always brings it. So yeah, we'll look at that one more time. Yeah. Next up, we're going to stay with music. I did pick up a couple albums from, again, one of my local shops, Vinyl Frontier. First up is the live album from Ice Nine Kills. I heard they kill live, which they do. I can attest to that. They're fucking awesome live. There's the back. And of course the gatefold. So this album was recorded sometime in between Silver Scream 1 and Silver Scream 2. And you can see over there a Jonesy butt going into the tower. And so a lot of songs from Silver Scream 1 is on there. And of course we got this nice Tales from the Crypt looking slime green vinyl. Yeah, this is a great album. Again, and I highly recommend Silver Scream 1 and 2 as well. So pretty cool. Second edition of theirs into my collection. And then next up I have Volume 1, well, it says 1 to 2, of the Bleach soundtrack. So this pretty much is music and like opening themes and all that from the first few seasons of the show. Again, as you know, Bleach is one of my favorite animes ever. And this was on nice blue vinyl. Again, sounds really great on the old record player and everything. And yeah, Bleach usually always has great music. They get nice, J-pop, K-pop, all that stuff to get you pumped up and stuff for the intros and all that. So yeah, very, very cool. Okay, next up we'll dive into some movies. As you know, I'm a huge movie buff. And this is something that I just recently, got the full collection added to, my horror collection. So that would be the Silent Night, Deadly Night series. So of course we have 1 and 2 right here. Both of these are Scream Factory releases. And then from Vestron Video, this is parts 3, 4, and 5. So these ones I've never seen before. And really, part 3 is the only one that really ties into the first 2. Parts 4 and 5 are kind of their own thing. And I didn't realize that, Mickey Rooney is in one. Clint Howard's in another one. I knew Bill Moseley is in part 3. So he takes a place as Ricky. And if you haven't seen these before, really, you can just watch part 2, because part 2 basically is the majority of Silent Night, Deadly Night 1, and then just added stuff with the younger brother. And I don't want to give too much away. I mean, even though it's been this long, definitely worth a watch. Again, part 2 has, reputation for being, way over the top with the camp and all that, which, horror fans alike, we love that kind of shit. And of course, the meme worthy, garbage day. So yes, definitely check these out. Or, again, if you only have time for one, check this one out, because again, it recaps the majority of part 1 and then adds the stuff. And really, it's kind of sad with these. So you could actually do like a mental health. It dives into those kind of issues. Because again, well, and then growing up in the 80s or 60s, 70s, 80s, like we did, it's you can't have emotion, you can't have feelings, and all that stuff. You can't. There's not proper ways to deal with post-traumatic stress and things like that. It's suck it up and just deal with it, blah blah blah. That's what's got a lot of society toxic. And, with the trauma that brothers Billy and Ricky suffer, for them not to be nurtured more, that says something about the system, all that stuff. I can go on ranting about that, but yeah, just definitely, like I said, nothing else, check out part 2, and then got time, go watch the other ones. Another thing I picked up recently was Mortal Kombat Legacy, and that kind of fits in with the recent announcement of Mortal Kombat 1 coming out in September on all platforms. So Mortal Kombat Legacy, this is like the first, I guess you would call it first season. So it has, has 9 episodes, and give or take, they're about 20-ish minutes each or whatever. It was a web series that was supposed to kind of try to kickstart a new movie franchise or whatever. Let's see, where's the director? And of course, I can't find it on here. But the director pitched it, and was it Warner Brothers? They're like, well, we don't know about a movie as of yet, because at the time they were thinking about doing another movie. But they greenlit him to make this web series. So it's actually on YouTube and stuff, the full thing. There's 2 seasons. They announced a 3rd one, but then never did film it or whatever, and just kind of went, got swept under the rug or whatever. And then we eventually got the Mortal Kombat movie that came out a couple years ago. But really cool, a nice reimagining of some of the characters. As you can see right up here, you got Jerry Ryan as Sonya. You got Michael Jai White as Jax. And yeah, it's really cool, nice and bloody and stuff. The episodes 4 and 5 that has Katana and Melina, they do a mix of live action and animation into just kind of streamline the story, whatever. But yeah, definitely worth a check out. I mean, I picked this up for like $5, and like I said, the second half is on. Just search it on YouTube. I think. What's that one channel? Is it Makima? I don't know. There's a specific channel that does kind of like extreme anime and stuff. I think they have it also, but yeah, definitely give it a watch. Again, it's probably between the whole thing, it'd probably take you an hour, hour and a half tops to watch it. So, you know, basically a movie. And then to round out our movie DVD pickups, I got another WWE wrestling DVD. This one is the best pay-per-view matches of 2012. So again, this was a time when I stopped watching wrestling for a while, and I believe this several of the matches in here, I think this is during the summer of Punk. So yeah, several CM Punk matches on here. As you can see on the cover, you know, got Triple H versus Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, HBK was the special referee in that one. You got Cena versus Rock. You got Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk. You also got Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, or, you know, Bork Laser. You got Christian versus Cody Rhodes. You got Randy Orton versus Dolph Ziggler, to name, you know, a few. So yeah, again, you know, they do a good job on their DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff with things like this. I'm just disappointed in the fact that I couldn't find more of what I was looking for at the shop I was going to. Again, it's one of those things, you know, used media or whatever, it kind of comes and goes. Last time I was at this shop, I mean, they had a shitload of wrestling DVDs and stuff. So, you know, I was hoping to pick up some older stuff that I was interested in at the time but never did get, or, you know, more compilations like this. And I wanted to find this year's WrestleMania, but nobody has it like locally yet. But yeah, again, a nice addition to my my wrestling collection. Okay, next up we'll do some comics and manga. But first off, this is a book published by Dark Horse. So, you know, Dark Horse Comics, they do a bunch of cool stuff. They had the Aliens and Predators stuff there for a while until Marvel finally got them back. Of course, Dark Horse has Hellboy and tons of other stuff. But this is called Untold Horror. So basically, this is a book that talks about a lot of proposed movies and stuff that were almost greenlit, but then for whatever reason went into developmental health or hell, and then just never was made. So things like you had a different version of like Freddy versus Jason. There's some proposed Reanimator sequels and stuff that never came to be. Some alternate takes on like Dracula and Frankenstein or Frankenstein, Jaws, Alien, all kinds of stuff. And so yeah, you know, it's interviews with you know, prolific horror directors and things like that. So, you know, got some stuff from George Romero, Joe Dante, John Landis, Brian Usna, so on and so forth. And actually, one of the former editor-in-chiefs of Rue Morgue, the magazine, helped with this also. So, again, yeah, they'll have, some of them have storyboards and things like that. So very, very cool. Again, my wifey picked this up for me, and it's awesome. Next up on the comics, I finally, well, I say Amazon and whatnot, finally got these two collected editions back in stock and for non-bullshit prices, you know, aka secondary assholes just trying to make a buck and, you know, price gouge and blah blah blah. But excuse me, it's year 1 and 2 of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comics, and as you know from my, you know, Power Ranger specific What's in the Box episode, I already have the Shattered Grid collection. So basically it's part 3 of this. So, year 1, year 2, and then it goes into Shattered Grid. But again, same awesome story, phenomenal art in here. So looks great. And again, it's in order and all that. So I still managed to get this for cheaper than MSRP. So that's even better. But yeah, and then of course some of volume 2. So yeah, my only complaint about these is that it doesn't have like the built-in bookmark, like say the IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collections. So you gotta find your own bookmark, which isn't a problem. I use old concert tickets and things like that, or like my Fright Rags. When I get something, the little trading cards, I'll use those too. But still, a nice collected edition like this, have the built-in bookmark so you can just put it in wherever. Again, IDW does it. Well, Dark Horse, they do with all their big manga collections like Berserk and Hellsing, and some of the others was Blade of the Immortal. They have the built-in bookmarks too. So again, that's my only strike against these. But other than that, they're awesome. And again, same thing. They look nice set up on your shelf like that. Got the power coins and whatnot on there. But again, still pretty cool and awesome series. All right, and I got some more manga here. Got volume 2 and volume 3 of Chainsaw Man. So again, I talked about this on the previous episode, so I won't get back into it. But again, interesting anime. Pretty cool. It's got that typical Viz humor mixed in with the guts and gore and whatnot. So again, just kind of going through this bit by bit, and eventually, again, I still need to get to watching the anime adaptation, but I haven't done it yet. So yeah, I've got Chainsaw Man, and then we got a couple things that I've looked at before, and then finally just pulled the trigger because I think we got some gift cards or something like that. So I was like, yeah, I'll go and pick these up. One of them's another horror anime, and then this one Prison School. So there's a volume 1 Prison School. This also has an anime adaptation. So in this one, on the outskirts of Tokyo stands Hachimitsu Private Academy, an all-girls boarding school for elite young women. But as new school year rolls around, one tradition is going out the window. For the first time in the school's long history, boys are being allowed to enroll. On the first day of school, though, it turns out only 5 boys have made the cut. Thrilled by this discovery, these young men's adolescent hearts leap with joy at the thought of being surrounded by all those girls, but little do the 5 boys suspect the shocking fate that awaits them. So again, this is a mature title. It's got cursing and typical manga stuff, but again, great art. But yeah, definitely sounded interesting and all that. Now I was curious before because I've seen it pop up on various lists and whatnot. I kind of reminds me of Battle Royale a little bit. And then this is a another horror manga. It's PTSD Radio. So this is volume 1 of that. Let's see. Yeah, you got your nice dark brush strokes and whatnot. creepy crawlies and whatnot. So with this, it's by the creator of Fuan no Tane. I guess I said that right. But with it, an unseen hand tugs at your braid. You find an old sealed box with a tangled mess of dark hair inside. In the hallway outside your room, a river of curls is slinking away, an ominous lump at its heart. It won't be long before you feel Oguchi-sama's fingers slithering across your scalp. Before it's too late, tune into PTSD radio. So basically, yeah, it's I guess it's kind of like, you know, The Ring or whatever. You know, you watch the video, or you know, you hear the thing on the radio, and then it comes after you. So here's some of the color inserts at the beginning. Ooh, and yeah, there we go. There's a nice view of the hair creature. So yeah, again, you know, I like some horror shit, so sounded cool. I know there's I know volume 2's out also. I'm not sure if there's more than that, because again, I'm just, you know, discovering more of these. So yeah, you know, if there's more, let me know in the comments, or you know, if you have some recommendations other than, you know, some of the obvious ones like Tokyo Ghoul and things like that, you know, yeah, let me know in the comments. And lastly, to round out the manga that I picked up is Volume 1 of Parasite, the full color collection. So Parasite is pretty cool. So basically, like, these parasitic alien creatures fall to Earth. They're trying to take over the Earth, and you know, they come at you, and yeah, you know, basically, you know, like body snatch you. They take you over, and then they can actually warp your body to, you know, you can have like Resident Evil type shit, you know, huge maws. You can turn your arm into blades and all kinds of other fucked up crap. But again, this is a color version. So yeah, like, well, over here, like that. And let's see, this goes from, so chapter 1 through 9. So this might be the first 2 or 3 of the single editions, maybe. But yeah, the hero in this one is a kid named Shinji, and he realized what's going on before the parasite fully takes over and isolates it. So then he actually has power over the parasite, unlike most people and everything. And again, typical horror stuff. You know, people are dying left and right. Body parts and guts and all that stuff's all over the place. So pretty cool. And of course, there's an anime of this as well. So, you know, I watched several episodes of that. I never did finish the series, but really cool. I enjoyed this. And lastly, got a few books to show off. Again, we're keeping with scary stuff, and this one sounded pretty cool. It's called My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. So this, the synopsis for this book is, you won't find a more hardcore 80s horror fan than high school senior Jay Daniels. So again, I wonder why this appeals to me. And you won't find a place less supportive of girls who wear torn t-shirts and too much eyeliner than Proof Rock. Nestled 8,000 feet up the mountain in Idaho, right alongside Indian Lake, home to both Camp Blood, site of a massacre 50 years ago, and, as of this summer, Terra Nova, a second home celebrity Camelot being carved out of the National Forest. That's not the only thing that's getting carved up, though. This, Jay knows, is the start of a slasher. But what kind? Who wears the mask? Jay's got an encyclopedic recall of every horror movie on the shelf, but will that help her survive? Can she get a final girl trained enough to stop all this from happening? Does she even want to? Isn't a slasher exactly what her hometown deserves? So yeah, definitely sounds right up my alley, and again, we'll check it out here eventually. Got, you know, adding it to the pile of stuff that I have. as any good bookworm does. And then lastly, I got some Star Wars novels. Of course, this is Legends now, thanks to Disney and all the crap they've done. But got the two Darth Maul books. So this is Shadowhunter and Maul Lockdown. So this takes place before the Phantom Menace actually happened. So this is basically Darth Sidious, while partially while he's still with Darth Plagueis as his apprentice, getting his machinations going and all that, seeking out not only to like test Maul, but then also take out a couple other little shadow threats who either found out that the Sith are coming back, or knew of their identities, yada yada yada. So again, sounds pretty cool. Maul didn't really get fleshed out until later on when Dave Filoni did the Clone Wars and all that, and he really brought Maul to life. He brought him back to life. And then of course the comics and stuff after that fleshed him out more. So I read all of those, and it's like, yeah, this is cool, and finally pulled the trigger on buying these. And then lastly, I have this awesome Barnes & Noble hardcover of Star Wars, the Bounty Hunter Wars. So this has all three of the books. Again, nice shiny pages at the end. Of course, it has the built-in bookmarker. But this is the three books in this trilogy are The Mandalorian Armor, Slave Ship, and Hard Merchandise. Which, yeah, let's look at that again. So this kind of takes place in between A New Hope and Empire. So Vader is trying to, he's scouring the galaxy for Luke and, of course, the Millennium Falcon. And Prince Zizor, from the head of the Black Sun crime syndicate, makes a proposition to Lord Vader, put the bounty hunter clans against each other, have them, kind of take each other out trying to search for them. And then, whoever is alive at the end of it, there's your, elite guys to, go after Luke and the rest of the rebels. And then plus you just cripple the bounty hunter guild. So, that's less competition and conflicting interests and stuff like that. So, obviously Boba Fett is the favorite to win out or whatever, but then there's double crosses and triple crosses and all that kind of stuff in there. And even Boba's like having a second guess and like reapproach how he goes about doing things to survive and of course get that payday. So yeah, another series that I was interested in. I just never did pull the trigger yet. Again, got a gift card. So I was like, yeah, we'll go ahead and get this trilogy, and we'll get around to it eventually. And also in the same kind of vein, I think I've said it before. If you want to stay away from like the Force kind of stuff, around the same time period is a book from by Timothy Zahn, who I love. He's the one that created Grand Admiral Thrawn, but his book called Scoundrels. So that also takes place right before Empire, and basically it's a bank heist. It's a bank heist caper with Han, Chewie, Lando, and some other characters. Winter, who is Princess Leia's kind of right hand in the Rebel Alliance. So yeah, they come together and they're going to rob an operative of the Black Sun crime syndicate. So really, really nice novel. It was cool, and it was nice, coming over here on to this side of Star Wars, where there's a little Force stuff in it, more so just because a couple of the people in there are like Force sensitive. They don't have any of the powers or anything, but they can pick up on things like that. But it's cool coming to this other little side of the universe, so to speak, and getting a different kind of story. So I really appreciate that, and I love the way that Timothy Zahn writes the Star Wars universe. So there you have it, folks. That's going to end this episode of What's in the Box. Thanks for joining me. As always, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. If there's anything that you liked out of here, let me know in the comments, or, something caught your eye and whatever. Yeah, again, let me know in the comments and all that. Till next time, later, nerds.